The phone vibrated on the coffee table, a low buzz slicing through the silence of my apartment like a scalpel. I froze, my hand halfway to the glass of bourbon I'd been nursing for the past hour. The screen lit up, her name, Lila, glowing in stark white against the dark. My stomach twisted, a familiar knot of hope and dread. It was 9:17 p.m., and she hadn't texted in days. I grabbed the phone, thumb hovering, expecting an apology, a check-in, something soft to soothe the ache of her absence. Instead, the words hit me like a fist. Don't call me while I'm on a date with my ex, don't act pathetic. The room spun. My pulse thundered in my ears, drowning out the hum of the refrigerator. I read the message again, each syllable a splinter under my skin. A date? With him? The bourbon burned in my throat as I swallowed hard, trying to anchor myself. Lila, with her sharp laugh and eyes that could pin you like a butterfly to a board, was out with Ethan, her ex, the one she swore she'd cut from her life like a bad chapter. My fingers twitched, itching to call her, to demand answers, but her words, "Don't act pathetic," stung like a warning shot. I set the phone down, hands trembling, and stared at the ceiling, where shadows danced like ghosts of better days. We'd been together for 2 years, Lila and I. 2 years of late-night talks, her head on my chest, her breath warm against my skin. 2 years of her stealing my hoodies, leaving traces of her jasmine perfume on the cuffs. But lately, she'd been distant, her replies shorter, her eyes darting away when I asked about her day. I chalked it up to stress. Her job at the gallery was demanding, and she'd been pulling late nights curating a new exhibit. Or so she said. Now, her text sat like a landmine, and every memory felt like a clue I'd been too blind to see. I stood, pacing the hardwood floor, the boards creaking under my weight. The apartment smelled of stale coffee and the faint tang of her perfume, still lingering on the throw blanket she loved. My mind raced, replaying the past few weeks. The missed dinners, the way she'd clutch her phone, tilting the screen away when I leaned too close. The night she came home at 2 a.m., her lipstick smudged, claiming she'd been caught up with a client. I believed her because I wanted to, because the alternative was a blade to the heart. I grabbed my coat and keys, the urge to move overwhelming. I needed air, needed to escape the suffocating weight of her words. Outside, the city was alive, neon lights bleeding into the damp night air. The streets smelled of wet asphalt and fried food from the corner diner. I walked aimlessly, my breath visible in the October chill, her text looping in my mind. A date with my ex Ethan, with his smug grin and tailored suits, who cheated on her 3 years ago and left her crying on my couch. Why would she go back to him? Why now? My phone buzzed again. Another text from her. I'll explain later. Just give me space. Space. The word felt like a slap. I typed a reply. What the hell, Lila? Then deleted it. I wasn't pathetic. I wouldn't beg. But the questions gnawed at me. Was this a one-off, a moment of weakness? Or had she been lying for weeks, months, slipping away, while I clung to the ghost of who we were? I ended up at the park near my apartment, the one where we'd had our first date. The swings creaked in the breeze, their chains rattling like a warning. I sat on a bench, the cold metal biting through my jeans, and tried to piece it together. There'd been signs, hadn't there? The way she'd linger at the gallery, her voice clipped when I asked about Ethan's name popping up in her notifications. Just work stuff, she'd said, her smile tight. I trusted her. I'd wanted to believe we were solid, that love could be a shield against doubt. But trust is a fragile thing, and hers was cracking under the weight of secrets. A memory surfaced, sharp and unbidden. Last month, at a gallery event, I'd caught Ethan's hand on her arm, his touch lingering too long. She'd laughed it off, called him overly friendly, but her eyes had flicked to mine, searching for a reaction. I let it go, swallowed the unease, because I didn't want to be the jealous boyfriend. Now, that moment felt like a red flag I'd ignored, a thread in a tapestry of betrayal I hadn't wanted to see. My phone rang, jolting me. Her name again. I stared at it, my thumb hovering over the decline button. What could she say? That it was a mistake? That she still loved me? The thought of her voice, soft and pleading, twisted something in my chest. I answered, holding my breath. Jake. Her voice was low, unsteady, like she was hiding in a bathroom or a quiet corner. I didn't mean for you to find out like this. Then how? I snapped, my voice raw. How was I supposed to find out you're sneaking around with him? It's not sneaking, she said too quickly. It's complicated. Ethan and I, we've been talking. He's changed, Jake. He's not who he was. I laughed, a bitter sound that echoed in the empty park. Changed? He cheated on you, Lila. He broke you. And now you're on a date with him? It's not a date, she said, her voice rising. It's dinner. To talk. To figure things out. Figure what out? My grip tightened on the phone, my knuckles white. Us? Or you and him? Silence stretched, heavy and suffocating. When she spoke again, her voice was softer, almost broken. I don't know, Jake. I don't know what I want. The admission hit harder than her text. It wasn't just betrayal. It was indecision, her heart split between me and the man who'd already shattered it once. I wanted to scream, to beg her to choose me, but pride held my tongue. You should have told me, I said finally, my voice barely above a whisper. You owed me that. I know, she said. I'm sorry. I need time. Time. Another knife. I hung up, the click of the call ending louder than the city around me. The park blurred, my eyes stinging, and I realized I was crying. Not out of sadness, but rage, confusion, a cocktail of emotions I couldn't name. I loved her. I hated her. I wanted to run to her and walk away forever, all at once. I don't know how long I sat there, the night growing colder, the stars hidden by city smog. My mind churned, replaying every moment, every lie, every half-truth. Had she ever loved me the way I loved her? Or was I just a placeholder, a safe harbor until Ethan came back with his promises and charm? The thought made my chest ache, a physical pain that spread like wildfire. Then my phone buzzed again. A photo this time, from an unknown number. My hand shook as I opened it. Lila, laughing, her head tilted toward Ethan at a candlelit table, his hand on hers. The caption read, "She looks happy, doesn't she?" No signature, no context, just a cruel arrow aimed at my heart. Was it Ethan gloating? A mutual friend? Exposing her? The anonymity made it worse, a faceless taunt that left me reeling. I stood, my legs unsteady, and started walking back to the apartment. The city felt different now, sharper, like every light and sound was mocking me. I didn't know what came next, confrontation, silence, or letting her go. But one thing was clear. The Lila I loved was slipping away, and the truth, when it finally came, would either break me or set me free. For now, I was caught in the suspense of not knowing, each step heavier than the last, her text burning in my mind like a brand.